Hello, hello, big welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about how you're going to make a crystal grid to manifesting your desires. So welcome, welcome. Sorry, I forgot to start on Instagram. So we're now live on both Instagram and Facebook, and we are teaching you in this live how you can make a crystal grid to manifesting your desires. So first of all, those of you that don't know me, I'm Patricia Misakian. I'm the founder of the Akashic Records Institute. Here in the Institute, we train you in both English and Portuguese, how to develop your intuition, connect with the Akashic Records so you can create the reality, the matriz, the reality through the method Soul Matrix, where we teach you how to anchor the desire, the matriz, the reality you wanted to create, and go for it. We also teach you how you can scale your business and start creating and building, and whatever you are in your path, your own legacy. Really aligned with the gifts that you have and what you're here to do and who you're really here to help and support. So good to see you here, Nikki. How are you? Good to see you, and good to see everyone here also on Instagram. So this week, it's been a very, very exciting week. We just received our second edition for the Oracle deck, Sacred Crystal Codes. And I thought it would be a good time to teach you how you can also create beautiful crystal grids. So a little behind the scenes, a little background of how the Sacred Crystal Codes even came to be around, right? So basically, the Sacred Crystal Codes are a combination of many of my favorite crystal grids that I downloaded and use it. And so I took a picture of them and create this beautiful oracle deck where this is one of my favorites. This is the Rebirth crystal grid. And so this is all crystal grids that I had, around. I love the commitment crystal grid. So long story short, I moved to the United States on my 20s, and it's actually yesterday. I just realized that yesterday we just celebrate 22 years since I moved to the United States. And throughout these last 22 years, coming from Los Angeles to Rio and back and forth, I've always been fascinated by crystals. So every time I'll go to Brazil, I will always, do my, stand trip to the crystal store, like go crazy in the crystal store. I spend the whole day in the crystal store, and I would also come home with my favorite babies, right? So in the past 20 years, I kept, bringing crystals and bringing crystals and bringing crystals. And 7 years ago, when I founded the Akashic Records Institute, that I started teaching Akashic Records classes, as I was preparing for, to teach the class, and as I started teaching and getting the feedback from my students, some students, would mention that they would be having a hard time, really decoding the message that they were getting from the Akashic Records, from the intuition. And as I research into it and I, start looking into that, there are two reasons that could happen, that most people, when they go on to learn something like connecting to the Akashic Records or develop intuition, there are two main reasons that could block you from consciously be aware of the information that you receive, right? And I speak from, teaching over 5,000 students that came through different trainings, both in English and Portuguese. If you learn a process, and of course, I cannot speak to all process. I speak to the Soul Matrix method that we teach here in the Akashic Records Institute. But you learn the method in pretty much 1 hour, right? And it's through, and then we have the whole year support for you to develop your confidence and to really know, how to take this powerful technique deeper, so you can really support the lives of those that are here for you to help, right? So it's very natural in the beginning, for some reasons, your conscious mind would be like, nothing's happening, or, whatever our loving conscious mind loves to say. And so I found that through delivering these, what I called, which is today another certification that we offer, the Global Healing Certification, I started, as I was preparing to support my students in the class, and I was meditating before the class, I started to receive those geometric shapes, right? Some of them are common, you may see them, sacred geometries. Others were just the shape that was coming for that particular healing session for that particular group. And so I would share the picture of the grid on the screen on Zoom, and I would deliver, and all the students would receive the Akashic clearing. And session by session, they started feeling more and more confident and less doubting themselves. And they started, delivering sessions for clients, and each session, with the practice and the energetic support that they're receiving in the program, their sessions start to get more and more powerful. And what before was the blockage start opening up the space. So many times when you start learning something like the Akashic Records, it could be that there is an agreement in the past, right? A serious agreement with yourself, like I no longer want to do this. It's dangerous to connect to my intuition, or whatever that was at that time, right? So a Akashic Record session can help to clear that old agreement, or those Akashic clearings, receiving these clearings. And that's pretty much how all these sessions start to, all these crystal grids start showing up. At that time, 7 years ago, I was delivering 2 healing sessions a week, and each healing session was a different grid, and one in Portuguese and one in English. And I've been doing that for the last 7 years. And so you can imagine we have lots of crystal grids over here, right? These beautiful pictures. And my husband one day looked at me and he's like, you should do something with those crystal grids. They are so beautiful. And that's, so that question from my husband inspired me to bring the Sacred Crystal Codes, the first edition, and now the second edition is here. And as we were, this last, when I did the last second edition, I also got guided to create what is the planetary activators. They are 7 cards, each one embodying the energy from the 7 planets that we are working with here. And they are crystal bases. So you can work with them as is, or you can work with them to be let's say a base for you to make your crystal grid mandalas. And I love that because they are tiny and they fit exactly in the little square I have on my laptop. You can even have 2 grids going on at the same time. So this is the little background story, like, why you should hear from me. I've been doing, I believe we did probably over 2,000, 3,000 crystal grids done over the 7 years. And you can work with them for many different things. As if you have the Sacred Crystal Codes, that, each one works. This crystal grid, for example, works with clearing guilt, the energy of guilt. This is the simplicity, love the simplicity. So each crystal grid brings a healing and brings a message, and it will help you to work in a particular area of your life. If you join me every Sunday, we do a reading with those oracles here in the Facebook. I do a free reading every Sunday, where every Sunday we connect with your vision, and we help you to move forward each week closer and closer to your vision. So today we want to talk about how you can do your own crystal grids. That is my intention for the live today. And I want to also invite you, those of you that don't know, if you come to our Facebook group, which is called Energetic Business Breakthrough. We also have an Akashic Records Institute group. But when you are participating in the Energetic Business Breakthrough Facebook group, it's a group that I also teach a live class on Thursdays, where we talk about the energetics behind creating a successful business for yourself. So if you have a business and you want to grow a business, highly recommend you get yourself in the Energetic Business Breakthrough group. So so if you are in the Energetic Business Breakthrough and you watch our lives, we have a live on Tuesday. We also broadcast in other places, but on Thursdays, the lives are exclusive inside the Energetic Business Breakthrough group. And those are lives more specific regarding business. And every time you come to the Tuesday or Thursday live, I want to invite you to at the end of the live, you're going to put hashtag anchoring, and you're going to tell me what was the most important thing that you learned on this live today. And then what we do, our amazing Cine is going to come on over and do a giveaway, do a drawing. And every week there is a giveaway that the one person is going to be the winner. And I also wanted to take the moment today to welcome Sarah for our team. Sarah is Cine's sister, and she's now in a beautiful team supporting you, supporting you and our clients, concierge here in our group. So let's give a shout out to Sarah, give a big welcome to Sarah. It's an honor that you're here supporting us. So usually Cine is going to help us in the morning and Sarah in the afternoon. We literally clone Cine. So welcome, Sarah. And so if you have questions, feel free to reach out, connect with both of them. They will be supporting you in a few weeks, even deeper. In a few weeks, we're going to start our powerful energetic business breakthrough workshop. So when you get a chance, we're going to change. I don't know if it's already there, but keep an eye in the banner on top of the group, because it's going to tell you exactly when is our powerful next. We're going to be together for 90 days, not 99. My husband always say that he can't understand when I say 9. It's 9 days. And we're going to talk about client attraction, opening the space, clearing overthinking, so you can be more and more aligned with your business. It's going to be powerful days that we're going to be together every day. So make sure to put on your calendar, and we're going to meet every day at 9 a.m. And of course, if you cannot make a live, there will be a replay. So stay tuned in the group for when we announce when it's going to be the next one. All right, so let's talk about creating a grid, crystal grid, for manifesting your desires. So when you create a crystal grid, it creates a focus so that you can bring your energy to what you're creating. And so it's a focus for you where you're going to put your intentions, and it's almost like you're making a ritual to call in, to tell yourself and the universe that you are serious about what you wanted to create, right? So it creates that vortex of energy that as you activate, start working with you to attract the synchronicity, the opportunities, so that you can manifest your desires. So it creates that focus point for you, and also that vortex of energy that is going to start bringing, the more you focus and the more you tune in the way that I'm going to share with you, you start creating that space to open up your energy, and you start making things happen, right? So there are 3 ways, literally, that you can go. The 3 ways connect with each other, right? But there are 3 different ways that 3 ways that you can go by. So one way is for you to first connect with your vision, right? So for example, let's say that you wanted to attract abundance to your life, right? So you're going to connect with your vision. If you don't know how to connect with your vision, if you've never done, every Sunday I do a live for you where we do exactly that. We clear what's no longer serving you, what's holding you back, and we align with your vision, and we anchor that way of being from, that your future self is going to bring for you. So first way to do a crystal grid is aligning with your vision, right? Think about your vision. Think about what you're creating. And then from that place, having that intention, you can look around for the crystals that you have and let those crystals come to your mandala, and you're going to start putting the formation in there, right? So for example, if you're going to go in the vision route, first thing you're going to do is what you want to create. Think about what you want to create, because if you don't, you're not going to know what you're going to manifest, right? If you get on your car and tell the navigator, go, nothing's going to happen, right? And unless there is a place called go. And so it's important to have that focus. Where you want to go? You're going to get from this point A to point B. So let's say point B. Let's connect to the point B vision, what that is for you, right? So once you have that vision, that's when you tune in. You can meditate, you can sing, you can tone, whatever lights your heart, whatever creates that deeper connection alignment for you. If you don't meditate, or if you're looking for a powerful practice, put down, send a message to Sarah. She's here, and she can share with you my gift for you. It's intuition. Connect your intuition 7 minutes a day. It's also on my website, akashicrecordsinstitute.com. So let us know, and we can help you to find. And the gift is basically, you get the step by step in how you can run inner fusion to align. And that is going to help you clear your system from old beliefs, blockages. And so you can each time get more and more clear to hear more and more intuition. So it's about 7 to 9 minutes, that MP3 that I have for you. So all you need to do is connect to your vision and then run the MP3 so you can clear your system as you are aligned with your vision. So in 7 minutes, when you open your eyes, you're going to start looking for the crystals. You must have crystals at home, or you gotta go to a store and buy them. So for example, this is a very dear crystal that I have. I actually got this crystal the last time I went to Brazil, and I participated in a retreat where there was this beautiful musician and a yoga teacher. And so in all the retreat things, I would bring this crystal and place it right there. So you got all that powerful high vibration. So maybe, I opened my eyes and I saw the crystal. So this will probably be the crystal that is going to be on the center of my crystal grid, right? And then once again, you're doing through your vision, right? So you're going to look to your other crystals and see, for example, what other crystals, let's say we wanted to do a simple, 4-star pointer. So I would look for 4 crystals like this. For example, this seems a little too overpowering. Maybe it would be a smaller crystal that I will have around, but you get the picture, right? So it's through your vision, the vision is going to pull you to be guided for the crystals that are going to be honing that vibration, that center focus, so that anytime you pass through that grid, you activate, you unconsciously communicating with your vision, right? So this is one simple way to start creating your crystal grids for manifestation, all right? Now, the other way is actually letting the crystal guide the journey. So if you have, for example, my my Oracle deck, the Sacred Crystal Codes, you know that I am fascinated through Lemurian crystals. I have a huge collection of Lemurian crystals, and it came. Oops, hold on. That is a phone. Let me make sure that I turn this off. So if you see me before, if you work with me, you know that I'm fascinated by Lemurian crystals, and it came through. The more I started working with the Akashic Records, more and more I started connecting to my past experience in Lemuria. And when the times of Lemuria were, getting to, when we knew we were getting to the end, we started recording. If you see, like most Lemurian crystals, you have these lines, formations. And one way that you can actually connect to a Lemurian crystals and download the information is actually by meditating and reading. You read this information through your hands. But at the time, what happened is some crystals went up to the universe and some crystals went down to the earth. So, and the crystals that went down to the earth, in the earth, we started creating those mandalas in the earth that we have. And now most of them are coming up to the surface, right? So that is the little story about the Lemurian. So for example, I can get this crystal and I can tune in once again. I would listen to my Inner Fusion MP3, how to connect to intuition, as I am reading the crystal. So when I'm ready, I will as I'm tuning in, maybe I'll get an image in my mind's eye of the geometric shape that this crystal gonna go, or you can go in the route of placing this crystal and start, placing, you know, allowing your hands to go and what crystals want to partner with this crystal and create your mandala, right? So once again, number one is letting the vision guide. Number two, it's letting the crystal guide the grid, right? It's through the crystal that you're going to allow the formation to start showing up in front of you. And really, there is no right or wrong. Basically the whole point is connecting you with your intention, and the crystals are going to amplify that intention and the energy and create that vortex to bring it to you, what you wanted to create, what are you desiring. Now the third form is allowing the geometric shape to come to you, right? So when I was preparing, that was pretty much how every single one of these crystal grids came through. I would always meditate before my classes. So it was part of my ritual. I would meditate, I would get the geometric shape, and I would start laying them on, and then I would take a picture, and the picture would be on the screen when we are doing the healing session. So that is the third way. That is the way that every single crystal grid from the sacred crystal codes was born, is through that and geometric shape. So, and of course, the geometric shape and the crystals used influence the message from the grid. For example, this one is the union grid. It talks about the power of one, the power of all together, how we can together, the stronger we get, more and more we can change the world, right? So this is, as the geometric shape, it was, I was laying the crystals in the geometric shape. I was also, channeling the message that was meant to be shared by this particular grid, for example. Another way is our new oracle decks. I actually like to call them the planetary activators, as they are 7, right? So the planetary activators, they are a grid base where you can, first of all, tuning in to them, right? So you can do different ways. You can ask a question and then draw one card that will have, so this card is the card for the sun, right? So depending on what you're asking, the sun can help you to access that deeper connection to your personal power and to shine the light bright. So you can read the message, and then you can look in the manual for the planetary activators. I have suggestions of what would be the crystals for each grid, but by all means, you need to also listen to your intuition, because I didn't list all the crystals that you can use, right? So most important than all, it's listen to your intuition, to what crystals wanted to be part of your crystal grid. So this is the third way to work, is by letting the geometric shape determine what is that grid that's going to activate, right? So for example, let's say you're working on visibility, and you know that nowadays you really, in order for you to reach to your ideal client, you may need, whatever that is for you, maybe for you podcast, maybe for you speaking in live events, maybe doing Facebook Live, so whatever that is, right? So if that was the case, I would recommend that you would work with the Venus grid, right? So this is the Venus grid that is going to help you activate that power of attraction and bring it to you, the opportunities. When you work with Venus, you activate that natural magnetism, right? So that would be what I'd suggest. And so there you go. You have these 3 ways, right? So anchoring, and Angela said, I'm in love with them. So happy to hear that. So anchoring, right? 3 ways. You can go from the vision. Allow your vision to determine what crystals and what geometric shape you want to work with in order to open that vortex, to activate that energy for you. You can go from the actual crystal, let the crystal tell you, how to make what that crystal needs around to create the grid, or the geometric shape would activate that. So for example, I don't have it here, but I have one mandala. It's my Etsy shop. That is the Sri Lanka mandala, and that mandala opens to this deeper level of forgiveness and connection, right? So you can go through the geometric shape in order to bring that energy of deeper healing and connection for your memories, for example, right? And now we have very excited those of you that actually wanted to get. If you wanted to get those planetary activators, they are on our Etsy channel. And I went ahead and I also made a mandala for each of the planetary. Oh, here it is, the one that I mentioned. I absolutely love this. It works as a both for oracle cards and also for crystal grids. Those of you that have lots of crystals, you can put a crystal as you tune in, you're going to put a crystal in each area. So this is the Sri Lanka one, but I made one of each, and if you can actually see here, I have the Jupiter grid here with me. I don't know if you can see from the computer. Let me see. Let me try. So here is the Jupiter grid, right? But anyways, depending on what you need, you would use a specific grid. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And I wanted to so you're going to tell me, okay, Patricia, so is that it? Just put the crystals? No, there is one more step. The next step is activating your crystal grid, right? So once again, let's go back. You choose, you're going to work through your vision, you're going to work through the crystals, or you want to work through the geometric formation, right? And they all communicate with each other. You're going to need these three pieces anyways. So if I was going to, let's do one together, shall we? So let's say we're going to do a simple one. Let's make this one. Let's do the sun grid, right? So I want to invite you to take a moment and tune in with your intention. Where in your life you could use a deeper connection to your personal power. And it may be that is in your relationships at work. It may be in your relationships at home. It may be with your relationship with yourself. It may be that when you're grown up, you got the message that you could not call attention to yourself. And now you find that actually by calling attention to yourself, or you could not let your light shine bright. And today we live in a world that is, you do have permission to shine your light bright. And actually, the more you let your light shine bright, the more you inspire others to also grow and expand, right? It's not about hiding, but it's actually about the more you shine, the more you inspire other people to grow and to expand with you. Like in my trainings, in my 1 year mentoring, the Legacy Accelerator, we have different levels, and that is very important. Clients that are in many different levels in their business, because I want you to see what's possible and look at the evidence. And the more you do that, anytime I go somewhere, I always look for, where there are people that are higher in business or in understanding or in thinking than me, so it can help me to pull and to want to expand and to grow, right? So this is very, very important. The more you let your light shine, the more you inspire others to be inspired by that and create and give themselves permission to do so too. So tune into your intention, to where in your life you'd like to shine more, where in your life would like to access deeper level of power and courage. So tuning into your intention. And now let's together. What I like to do, I like to first come in here and I like to imagine a ground cord. Take the others on out. I like to imagine a ground cord from from the bottom of the card all the way to the center of the earth. The ground cord is going to hook to the center of the earth. And now we're going to clear all the energy so we can have a clean slate, right? I clear all the energy. Now I'm working with my healing guides, but you can just use your hands. And then if you don't work with healing guides, you can just ask your higher self to infuse the crystal grid as you're doing for yourself. Infuse the crystal grid with golden light. I'm just filling it up with golden light. Tuning into the intention. Right? And I'm doing this grid so that every woman and man give themselves permission to dream big and to follow their dreams and their desires. And I'm going to see you what crystal. So I'm feeling guided to have this Lemurian crystal here. Let's make a simple one. And I'm going to use, this is a Pirita crystal. So I'm feeling guided to have one Pirita in each of the circle. Over here. And let's just do, I could put crystals here. I put crystals in all, the connections. I'm going to keep it simple since I'm balancing in my hands, right? So once you create the crystal, and as you are tuning into the crystals, as you're placing the crystals, right now I'm kind of like teaching a class, but as you're placing the crystal, each crystal you put is very important, right? You're tuning into your intention, you're connected to the grid, right? And then, of course, I would definitely put more, but for the teaching purpose today, we're going to keep it here. So then I would get an activator. For example, I could use this crystal as an activator. Those are Lemurian crystals, as you may know. So here's another activator, or you can use a little one too. This little one would do the job, right? So once again, I'm tuning into my intention, and I'm going to bring this crystal, and I'm going to place this crystal here. I'm going to activate my intention. I always like to start with the center. So I'm charging and sending the activation for the center crystal. And now I'm going to start connecting the crystal in all the directions, right? So from the center, and there is no right or wrong. Basically, you wanted to connect all the crystals and all the geometric shape. Like here, there is a circle. Then I can come here and I can go following the circle and bring it to the center. And I always like to activate at the end by sending the energy out to the universe, right? So now the crystal grid is activated, and I love to have it here. I put it right here. You can't see it anymore, but I put it right on my laptop. It's a perfect spot because I use this hand on this side, and then in that side, as because I write with my right hand, right? And then I will do it, and there you go. The crystal grid is activated. So do you guys have any questions? There is a question about, so we do have a channel in Portuguese. Oh, Angela, so cool. Angela said, I'm in love with them. Awesome. They are beautiful. Hopefully I'll see you in São Paulo, Angela. Hello, Nadine. Let me know if you guys have questions. This is what I wanted to bring it to you. Noreen said, I realized that 2 of my largest crystals are from Brazil. How cool, Noreen. A 20-pound clear cathedral crystal. Yeah, Brazil has the most beautiful crystals and powerful. There's so many crystals. There is a place in Brazil, which is a city called Ametista, and as the name of the crystal, Ametista, right? And I want to do a retreat there. Like they have this restaurant that is inside the earth, where there's of course, as the name say, the crystal, the city is full of Lemurian crystals. Very cool. Oh, very cool, Ella. Very nice to hear. Awesome. 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 So I don't see any more questions. We're gonna close now and wish you an amazing Tuesday. You should have an amazing week. Those of you interested, you can order those crystal grids or, of course, my Oracle deck and many more amazing things on my Etsy store. We're going to put the link over here and let us know when, if you need anything. We're going to have a next live happening here inside the Facebook group, Energetic Business Breakthrough, this Thursday. So I will see you then. And welcome all the new members in the Energetic Business Breakthrough. And welcome everyone. Good to have your company here. Trust you love this live. And make sure to comment below. #anchoring. What was the most important thing you learned on this live today? And then Cini and Sarah are going to do a giveaway at the end of the week. And one of you is going to be the winner. You're going to get a powerful healing session just chosen just for you. Have a beautiful day, guys. Mwah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.